Welcome back to another edition of Groovin with Natalie. Today I'm going to show you how to do an arm wave. So I will show you a demonstration of what that is. So an arm wave is basically you're making your body move like water, like noodles. So it's very smooth. It's very fun to do. It feels really good in your body. And so when I'm teaching you, I want you to remember that with everything that we learn, it comes with practice, time and patience, and learning things step by step. So that's what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to break down what parts of the body you need to focus on when you're learning how to do a wave. Okay, this is really great because not only does this apply with learning things like math and science and sports, this is just another way to practice how to learn. So yeah, and have fun while doing it. So let's get started. So I'm gonna have everyone start on your right arm, okay? And I want you to think of these specific body parts as I go through them, okay? So first you're going to bend your fingers like that. So you're gonna bend out your fingers, all right? Where your knuckles are, that's where you're gonna bend first, all right? We're gonna do these movements a little bigger so that you get familiar with what body parts you need to focus on, okay? So hands are flat out like this, bend at your knuckles, and then you're gonna bend at your wrists with your fingers pointing down towards the ground, okay? So your fingers are going down towards the ground and you're bending at that wrist, okay? Next, you're going to bend at your elbow. So this part is a little tricky, especially if your arm is not used to doing this. Don't worry if it is hurting you, please stop. Be sure to listen to your body. If it's not something you're feeling comfortable with just yet, take a break, all right? So then you're gonna bend at your elbow and you're gonna bend it to where like you're kind of like pushing down on the ground and your shoulder is staying in place. So your shoulders don't come up like this, okay? You wanna keep your shoulders down and your elbow is going up towards the ceiling. So if you look at this, it's a 90-degree angle. So it kind of looks like the corner of a square or a box, okay? So this is a little difficult to hold like this for a long time. I just am holding it like this because I've had a lot of time to learn how to do this. So if this is hard to do without doing that, it's okay. You just got to practice pushing that shoulder down and keeping your elbow up. So this is definitely the more trickier part of this part. So then now you're going to go from your elbow to your shoulder. So you're kind of going to shrug your shoulder to your ear like this, kind of like you're saying like, I don't know, right? I don't know. You're going to shrug your shoulder to the side of your head, okay? And then it's going to travel to the other side. So what your head is going to do is your head's going to kind of go to the other shoulder. And then now you're just going to work backwards. Now your shoulder is going to come up, okay? So ear to shoulder. And then elbow, left elbow. Then your wrist. Then your fingers at your knuckles. And then straight out in front of you, okay? So I'll do that one more time. So you want to do fingers at the knuckles, wrist, elbow, keep that shoulder down. Now move your shoulder up to your ear, move your head to the other side, other shoulder, other elbow, other wrist, other fingers, and then straight out. All right, so your palm is facing down towards the ground. All righty. So those are the body parts that you are isolating to do the wave, okay? Isolating means you're only moving that particular part of your body and not anything else. For example, like when we do our elbow, you're only isolating that elbow. So you're only moving the elbow and you try to not make sure that your shoulder doesn't move with it, okay? Because if it moves together, then you're not practicing isolation, okay? So you wanna make sure you're doing this separately. So elbow, then shoulder, then head, okay? So how do you take those body parts and turn it into a wave? So what happens is when you're practicing this, you want to practice doing it big and slow until your body gets comfortable. You're going to go back the other way like that. Messed up there a little bit. All right, and you want to do that, and then once you get comfortable, what you do then is you actually make those movements small, like really tiny. I'm going to come closer for this. So what you do is you're going to take the fingers and you're just going to move through all those body parts in a small, like tiny movement, okay? So you're still hitting those body parts. So I'm still doing the fingers, the wrist, the elbow, the shoulders, the head, but I'm like making those movements really tiny, okay? And that only comes after you've practiced doing them bigger. So don't rush yourself, okay? So make sure you're going through, and it looks kind of silly doing this because it's like, okay? But it helps, trust me, to kind of do it bigger and then work on doing it smaller. So then that illusion of like not having any bones or that your body's made of water or jelly comes into play, okay? But it only comes with practice. Find time throughout your day to just sit there and do this to any kind of music that you want. There are really awesome playlists on Spotify that are called poppy music. This is a style within a dance style called popping. I really enjoy popping, and this is just one aspect to it. There's poppers who like do waves throughout the times that they're popping. So yeah, you can just put on some music and just practice going slow and big and then making the movements really tiny. It all comes with practice. Just like everything that we learn in school, anytime that we're learning a new sport or you're learning a new song, it comes with learning it step by step, right? You learn the lyrics, you learn the melody, and then you put it all together, right? The same way you would learn how to play basketball. You're not just going to jump into a basketball game right away. You got to learn how to dribble. You got to learn how to pass. You got to learn how to shoot, right? So it's the same way. Learning is always a step-by-step process. Once you start learning more and you start getting comfortable with it, that's when you start getting much better at it, all right? Yeah, so yeah, if just find time throughout the day to just do this, and then pretty sooner or later, you're gonna be like a waving master, okay? And there you have it, a tutorial on how to do a basic arm wave. Now, just go ahead and practice whenever you can. Put on some music. There are some awesome popping playlists on Spotify if you have Spotify. But you can always just play music and just practice doing those specific body part drills, okay? And I'm going to do another tutorial, but the next one will focus on arm tutting. So arm tutting is like a style within popping as well that I really enjoy. And it's all about angles and clean straight lines. So yeah, and we'll talk a little bit on how that applies to math too. All right, so peace out. I hope you guys have a good one.